guys, welcome to Football on the Street. This is a channel here where we give you all the latest on sport news, analysis, in-depth review, and the coverage of your favorite sport, football. Here on Football on the Street, we also give match day predictions. We give fans the right to share their views right here. We go out to the street, conduct interviews with the football fans. We give you the right to air your views. Tell people what you think about your favorite football club right here. So if you are just joining us for the first time, I want you to stay tuned, subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification so that you will always get informed each time we drop any news or hit here. Now, let's go. You are welcome. Kickoff of the first Premier League game for the 2023-2024 season. And ahead of the 2023-2024 Premier League season, Football on the Street takes an in-depth look at each of the 20 clubs participating in this season's competition. And in this video, we'll be dissecting all of Arsenal Football Club for the first time. We are going to do a rundown of every football team from the first to the last who are going to participate in the talk about their tactical analysis, previous season's performances, transfer windows, and we are going to look at how they look to set up in each of their various teams and how they look to unfold as this season goes on. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to this channel, I want to crave your indulgence that you should like this video and also hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification so that you always receive every update and every in-depth analysis for this series we are about to do. Now, let's move on. For the first time in more than a decade, Arsenal supporters go into August with a calm certainty that is good. Usually, their season begins with a sense that it is a make or break, that the status has to be broken some eons, but for once, Gunners fans already know which direction their team is heading into. The Emirates finally feels like a fitting home. Mikel Arteta is widely regarded as one of the most young and brightest managers of the game currently. The squad is youthful and talented. Better yet, any lingering fear their title challenge last season was an one-off have been extinguished by a summer spring signed signals and their return to the top. The Premier League title might have slipped through their fingers last season, but the feelings that Arsenal are at the beginning of something, not the end. The Gunners finished second behind City with 84 points, having reached the FA Cup fourth round, and were dumped out of the EFL Cup in the third round before being pushed out of the Europa League in the round of 16. In the last 5 seasons, now let's look at Arsenal's last 5 seasons performance. In the last 5 seasons, Arsenal finished 5th in 2018-2019 season before replicating a dual 8th position finish in 2019 and 2019-20 season and 2020-2021 seasons, and a more improved positioning where they finished 5th in the 2021-2022 seasons before an impressive 2022-2023 second place finish behind Man City. That is a whole lot of improvement, and as an Arsenal fan, you should be looking forward to the fact that your team, your football club, is on its way to stardom. If you look at how Arsenal played out last season with so much confidence, Mikel Arteta having induced some kind of a lot of remark. He has made his mark in this team, and the team are looking forward to go all out this season. Now, how can they improve in the coming season? Finishing second with 84 points, their highest point tally since the Invincibles of the 2003-2004, was a brilliant achievement. It did, however, feel like an opportunity missed after taking 50 points in the opening half of the season, followed by a low 34 points from the second 19 fixtures. At 1.8 points per match in the second half of the campaign, Arsenal regressed to almost exactly the same points average as across their 2021-2022 season. The objective this year, however, clearly is to win the Premier League, but also to find consistency until May. Arteta appears to be working on increasing his team's flexibility and their variations on the training field, while new signings have added depth to a squad who were hit hard by key injuries to Gabriel Jesus, William Saliba and Alexander Zinchenko last year. But looking at improvement in their transfer windows, we could see that Arteta and Arsenal are on course for a high rising performance this season. Now let's look at Arsenal transfers this season. Arsenal reportedly smashed their transfer record to sign Declan Rice from West Ham United, and with a good reason. Rice is a real deal. He's able to play in multiple positions, developing into a brilliant all-actions number 8 over the last couple of seasons. Kai Havertz is another signing who adds tactical intelligence and versatility to the squad. Although he never quite lived up to his potentials and expectations at Chelsea, he should benefit from greater stability at Arsenal. And Arsenal's third signing of the season, Jurrien Timber, too can play in a number of positions, arriving from Ajax with high expectations. And with the likes of Jurrien Timber, Declan Rice, and Kai Havertz, these are huge additions to this current Arsenal team, and there will be a lot of improvement in as far as this season is concerned. Let's take a brief look at Arsenal's tactical approach. Now, Arteta's Pep Guardiola-inspired tactical ideas matured last season. You want to believe with me. Arteta improved so much from his previous season than last season. You know, at some point last season, I looked at Arteta as someone who was a, how will I put it? He was a copycat or a photocopy of Pep Guardiola. His decision making, his calmness on the touchline, the way he dished out instructions for his football players at the byline, it was so identical to Pep Guardiola. And I want to let you know that if Arsenal are easy on the eye, and if they can possess a team of consistency and repeated pattern, they will get the job done this season. I'm telling you. It does not take long to notice how the team followed certain groups, passing and moving across the width to release Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli into space. Arguably, this became a little predictable in the second half of the season, hence the addition of, and that is where addition of Declan Rice and what's his name, Kai Havertz comes into play. They are going to reduce things and provide a more new angles. Mikel Arteta always use the 4-3-3 formation, which will remain, and that will always be as Arteta's trademark style of Guardiola's football, twisted with a greater acceptance of breakneck counter-attacks and transitions, but expect a few more surprises down the line anyway. Now, most Arsenal fans were very much not happy with the way the season ended, and they felt as if what they labored for throughout last season did not come to be, because they were not able to win the Premier League. They were knocked out in the round of 16 of the UEFA Champions League, had a fourth place finish in the EFL Cup, and also a third round outing in the FA Cup. But I think there is a reason to cheer as an Arsenal fan. For you, there is something you should hold on to. Now, everyone at the club is pulling in the right direction, and there is unanimous belief in the fact that Arteta's project is on course. This is a rare commodity, as it is a collective strength of an explosive attack that includes Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, Gabriel Jesus, and now Kai Havertz. UEFA Champions League football is back for the first time in 6 years at the Emirates Stadium. Wow, it's a very long year Arsenal has been in the UEFA Champions League. And having seen Arsenal win 7 of their 8 league matches that followed immediately after their Europa League outing last season, we know Arsenal can juggle multiple competitions and be able to put out more improved performances, which is what we are looking for to see for them throughout the coming season. And there are some reasons that, as a fan or a football fan, Arsenal fans should bear in mind. That is reasons to fear. Now, pessimists will point out that last season might have been a unique opportunity to win the title, which is true. Man City are likely to better their total of 89 points, while the likes of Liverpool, Manchester United, and Chelsea are all in strong positions to improve. Still, when your greatest fear has nothing to do with your own team, you know these are good times. And if we take a look into Arsenal's opening 6 matches, you see there are matches that on paper Arsenal is expected to pick up 18 points from their first opening matches, and this is because Arsenal eased nicely into the new campaign with matches against Nottingham Forest, which at home at the Emirates Stadium, before they'll take home Crystal Palace away And after the game against Crystal Palace, Arsenal will pay host to Fulham United, offering them a chance to build some momentum and also quash any concerns about 2022-2023 seasons. September could be the point where Arsenal need to prove a point by deafening mouth, as Arsenal pay host to both Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur, with a trip to Everton sandwiched in between. This will help set a tone and tell us whether Arsenal have what it takes to push for this title until May. Now I want to leave you with the first match day predicted lineup for Mikel Arteta. For me, I feel Arteta is still going to stick with his 4-3-3 formation. And for me, I think Ramsdale will still be the man favored in goal. The Gunners' back four should look like this, where we are going to have Jurriel Timber playing from the right flank, from the right back. Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes will understand things with 5 and 6, where Zinchenko will try to pull on the runs from the left back position. In the midfield three, we should see Thomas Partey on either side of Odegaard and Declan Rice. While in attack, if a very young and youthful attack should see Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Jesus, and Gabriel Martinelli. Yes, you might be wondering why I didn't include Kai Havertz into the starting 11, but I feel Mikel Arteta, just like every other coach, will want to introduce his new signings into this current squad, game by game. Now, thank you for listening to me. But before we go, I want you to drop your predictions. Where do you think Arsenal will finish this season? Will the Gunners be able to put up the kind of performance they put up last season? Will they go in all for the title? Or will there be a regression for the Gunners this season? Let me know your thoughts on the comment section. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. See you next time. Bye.